as she drifted into oblivion. Chapter 1. A.D. 997. The Danes ravaged in Cornwall, Wales, and Devon, and did much evil by burning and slaying many. Word has come to our house that they went up the Tamar, slaughtering and burning. Then they burned Ordulf's monastery at Tavistock, and took much plunder. We pray the Lord to defend us against this evil. From the Chronicle of Brother Edwin, monk of Neston Minster. Daniel Wexer looked across the flowery pillow at his young wife, reached out his hand and gently touched her thick, fair hair. He was a lucky man. Little had he imagined, when she had come to the farm to help with the accounts, that he would now be lying beside her in the huge iron bed that had belonged to his parents, and their parents before that. The thought made him smile, a small, sly smile of satisfaction. He could still smell Jen's perfume, the stuff he had bought her for her birthday, the stuff he liked, and he felt the stirrings of desire. He reached over, slid his hand beneath the duvet, and began to caress her firm, youthful body. "Jen," he whispered in her ear, his voice low and thick with yearning. "Do you fancy, Not now, Dan. I'm tired." She turned over, as if to make the point, and closed her eyes tightly. Daniel Wexer lay still for a while, coming to terms with his disappointment. Then something made him hold his breath and listen. He was used to the noises of the countryside, but this was different, man-made. There it was again. A vehicle engine outside, gently throbbing. Daniel left the bed, careful not to disturb Jen, and slowly, carefully, made his way to the window. But his consideration was in vain. When the crash came, Jen sat up with a start. "What the hell was that?" she asked, panic in her sleepy voice. "Dan?" The sounds from downstairs were now distinct. The door had been forced open, and the intruders were moving from room to room, smashing, opening drawers. "I'm ringing the police." Daniel reached for the phone on the bedside table as his wife sat, eyes wide and fearful, clutching the duvet to her chest in defence. Daniel stabbed at the buttons with his index finger. Again and again he tried. Then he turned to his wife. "They've cut the bloody wires, Jen! They've cut us off! The mobile! It's in my coat downstairs." He reached for the toweling dressing gown on the back of the door. "I'm going down." "No, Dan! It said on the telly that they're armed. They threatened that farmer over at Dukesbridge." "It might not be the same ones." "Don't be stupid, Dan. They could kill you." "Not if I've got this, they won't." He picked up the shotgun propped against the wall by the bed, placed there each night since the farm robberies began. Over the past couple of weeks, alarming tales had been reported on the local news. Isolated farmhouses had been stripped of valuables by the audacious robbers, desirable vehicles taken, and the hapless farmers and their families threatened with a sawn-off shotgun to ensure their acquiescence. Jen leaned over and grabbed her husband's arm. "No, Dan, please." "I've had enough, Jen." He pushed her restraining hand away. "It's about time they learned their lesson." He marched from the bedroom, his eyes blazing with righteous fury. His farm was threatened. All that he'd inherited from his father and built up. His only livelihood, for so long jeopardized by economics and regulations, was now under siege by mindless, grasping thugs. He flicked the safety catch off. This was war, and Daniel Wexer wouldn't surrender without a fight. He kicked at the parlour door, and it flew open. They had switched the main light on, making no pretence of stealth. His opponent stood there, black-clad, his face hidden by a knitted ski mask. Daniel felt no fear as he pointed the shotgun. "Get out!" he shouted, his voice cracking with fury. "Get out of my house and off my land!" The robber didn't move. "No!" he screeched, increasing the pressure of his finger.